Okay, tonight's show starting greatest of all time. I'm Leftist Ornoob, and you want to know, the nation wants to know, why are farmers protesting? Farmers from all across India are protesting against the new farm bills. Why? Let me tell you. The MSP. The MSP isn't mentioned, allowing businessmen to prosecute the farmers and private players to enter the market, thus prohibiting government intervention. The first point. Farmers in the case of disputes will not be able to appeal to authorities higher than the SDM, which will clearly advantage the corporations. That is the second. Witnessing the great failure of Bihar open markets, they are skeptical about the farm bills, which could lower crop rates and further increase the already high suicide rates. The removal of the ease of doing business with middlemen is one of the reasons why farmers are hesitant to accept these bills. Okay, now moving on. We now have our charmingly dumb reporter Arun reporting live from his house. What's the tea, Arun? The nation wants to know.
Eh? I just had my coffee, but okay. Also, stop being salty over the fact, right? I am more popular than you, and the nation knows it. I am more popular than you, this nation knows it.
Save it for another day. Let's talk on the topic. Now let's assume that I'm Marx and you are Adam.
I'll be more than happy if you directly enter into the topic. See, I'm Adam Smith. I'm saying that divide the labor. Some are good at music, while I'm good for nothing. I agree. I mean that specialization is a must. It is a must, I'm saying. It is a must.
Don't you spread propaganda. People are good at nothing and everything. I prefer more leisure than being alienated. I'm going straight to sleep after this time pass.
What? Propaganda? What propaganda? I'm saying capitalists will make farmers rich, and I'm sure they will make farmers rich. What kind of propaganda, man? I'm saying
That's what BJP promised last time, and now you sell all public companies.
What promised? We have fulfilled each and every promise. Shut up, you anti-national. The economy is booming like anything. Booming. Have you ever heard in fast?
You called me anti-national? How can the right founder be Bhakt? Anyway, everyone knows modern work is insecure. You fire labor anytime and call it industrial efficiency. Even prefer artificial intelligence over masses.
What? See, I believe the middle class is booming. More importantly, us, capitalist is touching the sky. What? The sky. And you won't relate, you liptardu. And it's all because of my consumer capitalist. What? My consumer capitalist that you enjoy luxuries in life. Can you give your Rolls Royals? Can you give your Rolls Royals?
Leave my Rolls Royce to me. Though I would allow anyone to drive it. Maybe I won't. Anyway, I mean that all you do is exploit the proletariat.
What? Learn my theory of how to treat the rich. No taxes, but honor is what we desire. No taxes, I'm saying again, no taxes. Honor, that is what we desire. And government is assuring it.
We have all resources to enrich mankind. But all you care about is the rich. Farmers have to compete for the best quality to attain half of the rates of what they deserve. You are exploiting the exploited.
Who told you that we only care for rich? Who told you that we are exploiting the exploited? Competition, yaar. Competition is what this nation needs. Look at the government employees sleeping during the working hours, right? Competition will provide the best quality to our nation, right? Competition, not the word competition.
What is wrong with this guy? I'm sick of you. Shut up and get lost.
Who are you to say get lost, man? I'm going out. Jai Sri Ram, Jai Sri Ram. Go.
Anyway, I don't need you. Okay, so now we'll have more guests.
A few minutes later.
Joining our studio today are phenomenal philosophers from yesteryears, well and alive. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Tonight Show, starring the GOAT. So, first we have Socrates among us because obviously the greatest opens the discussion. Oh wait, why hasn't everyone turned on their webcam? Turn on your webcam, otherwise me absent mark you. Turn it on. Fast. Okay, Socrates.
Okay, let me speak. I'm Socrates, and I think that the very nature of democracy makes it a correct political system. No kidding. Bitter experience has taught me that most people are satisfied with the superficial understanding of the most urgent human questions like freedom. When they're given great power, their shallowness inevitably leads to injustice. According to me, justice and democracy can't go hand in hand, and a good person who fights for justice in a democracy will be killed. As we can see in the case of farmers' protest, the government fails to address the concerns of farmers. The government issued the farmers' bill without their consent, since its majority democracy gave them enough power already. So basically, I think that the farmers' protest is very well justified and they should stand for their rights.
Okay.
You slay, teacher.
Don't interrupt in
So
between.
let me tell my opinion on the farmers' protest.
Yeah, go
I,
on.
Plato, believe that society will function when the state is just. Duh. The state needs to provide security, and in the 21st century, economic security surpasses all others. You all don't run after money just for nothing, right? If that isn't protected by the state, then the state isn't just, and thus, society will crumble. Mr. Ornoob, did you speak? Because I think there's a voice lag. Let me check my
Yeah.
internet connect.
Yeah, fine. It's okay. So next up we have Augustine. Mr. Augustine. Mr. Augustine. Turn on your mic, Mr. Augustine.
Oh, I thought your studio is very bad. That's fine. Yeah, so I, Augustine, suppose the farm bill. But war among men and nation can't be avoided altogether because it is simply a characteristic of the present. War and peace are two sides of the same coin, my son. Owing to the injustice inherent in the moral state, war is presently unavoidable and peace is unattainable. I believe love is an essential aspect of human nature, and its deprivation means stripping away human rights and worth. Isn't it same as lust for domination? Oh, why I'm asking you guys? Yes, it is.
Okay, that's enough for our millennial population.
Wait, let me complete my point. Justice seeks recompense. Justice holds rationality and free will. You will have to give it to the farmers, because the state is formed by individuals and farmers are those individuals. I rest my case.
Okay. You made me hate geometry, just for reference. So, Descartes.
Well, I had said earlier, and I'm going to say it again, that freedom is the essential property of the will. In my fourth meditation, I specify that will as a freedom of choice. Acting by one's will is the supreme perfection in humans. Even though that the government says that it is for the benefit of the farmers, they are in the liberty to accept it or reject it. Therefore, I think I am. FYI, people are defined by their thoughts and choices, and it is the duty of the government to not strip the people who elected them of this right. So, the farmers, in my opinion, have the right to protest and make their own choices to obtain what they need.
Okay, your time is up, Mr. Descartes. Mr. Hobbes, what are your views on the matter?
What's happening here, you all? Don't they know my first law of nature? When your hopes fade and when you think you can't obtain them, then you must defend yourself. Look at these farmers. Don't they have the right to defend themselves? At least to protest? Good and evil are simply the perceptions of people. So farmers need to stand for their right. I see a struggle, not an evil one. By the means of social contract, people transfer their strength and right to sovereign power for protection and peace. So, shouldn't the farmers be heard? Each one seeks to promote his own self-interest. So, the farmers' view holds great importance as it concerns their means of livelihood. Are they supposed to remain silent and become the puppets of the state? No, I think they must defend and express themselves. Oh, the poor farmers. I hope there is an end to this misery. Asha.
Cheers to that.
Well, to my benefit, the host has zoned out, so let me begin. We are born into perfect freedom, guys. We are naturally free. Free to do whenever we want, whatever we want, and how we want. It just have to be within the bounds of the law of nature. I believe people have rights, such as right to life, liberty, property, and have a foundation independent of the laws of any particular society. I have advocated governmental separation of powers and believe that revolution is not only a right but an obligation in some circumstances. Since government exists by the consent of the people in order to protect their rights and promote the public good, those who fail to do so can be resisted. In this view, the farmers have the freedom of thought to express their concern. As for them, the government failed to promote their good.
Okay, thank you, Locke. Hey, Akunas, you seem familiar. Have we met?
Nah, Mr. Ornoob. You know, I just have one of those faces. Now, let me begin. I, Akunas, for Christ's sake, believe that everyone's general welfare is dependent on the state. If the government cannot promise the general welfare of the farmers who put food on their plates, then the free will of man is violated when the protests that rise against the inability of the state to protect the citizens are subdued.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. But let's see what Hume has to say.
Government, bro, isn't that a job? Governmental authority rests on the consent of the governed. Government results from a contract in which the rule consent to the authority of the rulers in exchange for justice and protection. Well, in this case of farm laws, since there is no consent from the farmers and the government failed to protect farmers and ensure them justice, then why doesn't their opinion matter? How can the laws be implemented properly if they are not completely aware about that? TBH, I say that the government has failed in empathizing with the farmers' protest.
Yeah, thank you, Hume. Grab the wine, Rousseau. Oh, sorry, I meant grab the mic, Rousseau.
Bonjour, they call me a thinker of paradoxes, the self-taught genius who witnessed the French Revolution in all its glory. Applause. I believe that man is born free, but everywhere is in chains because of the existing social contracts. The first illegitimate contract wherein people surrender their rights to the government for protection is made by the rich and powerful, egotistically keeping the problems of inequality and dependency intact. The second contract depends on the general will, which is the collective interest of all individuals in society. And the government is nothing more than the agency to enforce these laws, which should be in consonance with the general will. Freedom and authority are not contradictory, as legitimate laws are based on this. If any law contradicts it, review is a must. Likewise, the proposed farming laws violate the general will of the section affected by it. the farmers, and therefore the said laws must be evaluated.
Okay, thank you, Russo. Now, last but not the least, we have Jeremy Bentham.
Seems like you have saved the best for the last. Obviously, as the founder of utilitarianism, I can only propose for the greatest good for the greatest number. As I've said, governments must do whatever will maximize the happiness of a community as a whole while making laws and policies. The government formulated the three farm bills citing the welfare of the farmers. What a joke. The same farmers are now protesting against the government's wishes and asking for the withdrawal of the bills. If the objectives of the policies do not define utility for the targeted majority, why go ahead with its implementation? The farmers have all the right to protest, as I believe that people must defend those rights and duties that ensure maximum happiness, at least in the long run.
Okay, thank you, Bentham. Now that we are finally able to keep up with the Kardashians, sorry, goat, we can conclude that along with the millions of Indians, these philosophers do support the farmers and the protest. Will of the people is the supreme and must be the primary determinant of the government's action and response. You guys had me dead. Oh, but wait, it is the other way around. So, this was Ornoob or Ornoob. Yeah, I'm a leftist. Signing off.